What is up, you guys? This is MiniSuperHeroes Today. And in today's video, we'll be taking a look at the 2020 LEGO Star Wars AT-AT set 75288. Now, this was sent to me by my friends over at Zavvi.com to review, although all opinions here are my own. Before we get into it, though, if you like this set, you want to enter the giveaway that I'm hosting. I'm giving one of these away completely for free, and that giveaway is also sponsored by Zavvi. Go over to my Instagram page, I'll put a link in the description below, and like the post that you land on when you click that link. Also, you need to comment and tag a friend that loves Star Wars as much as you do, and you also need to follow me and Zavvi. All of those instructions will be over there on Instagram again, but in any case, let's dive in and start talking about this set. Now, we get some amazing minifigures with this, some great army builders, and of course, a fantastic Luke Skywalker. We also get 1,267 pieces, and for a set that's $159.99, it is really, really incredible. So let's dive in and start taking a look at everything up close. So this set comes with a great selection of minifigs, and let's take a look at Luke Skywalker up first. His Rebel pilot outfit here is so detailed, it's absolutely amazing. I love all of that detail they packed into the legs that travels up to the torso with that, pipe that comes up on the hip joint there. It just looks incredible. When we flip him around, there's not as much detail on the back, but there doesn't really need to be. He's got a thermal detonator in his hand because, of course, he does throw that up inside the belly of the AT-AT. He comes with a great lightsaber, some amazing printing on that helmet. I mean, look how detailed that printing is. If we lift that up, you can see he's got a smirk on this side with his visor down, and on this side, he's got a little bit more of a smile with the visor up. So I really like that we actually do get some variance there. Then the other named character, if you will, is General Veers here, a really, really fantastic looking figure, one that I've never had in my collection. I think they did make him at one point years and years ago, but this is certainly the superior version, and I don't know how it could get too much better. You can see on the other side, he's got a little bit of an arrogant smirk on that side, and that kind of smug imperial look on this side. I love the goggles printed on that helmet, too. They look fantastic. Now, the other figures here, the remaining four, are all duplicate figures. And what I mean by that is we get two of the exact same of both, except if you lift up the helmets. So we'll take a look at all of them for that reason. So the AT-AT pilots look great. Look at that printing on the helmet. It just, man, LEGO has gotten so good with this stuff. You can see the back there. Then when we lift this up, we've got the old Lex Luthor head underneath. At least I think that's whose head that debuted on. It's very similar. Actually, Loki had that head. On this side, I'm not sure whose head this goes to, but it's cool, and I really like that these figures do have different heads. When I was growing up, we just always assumed they were all Jango Fett clone troopers, but, Star Wars lore tells us now that that's not the case. Anyways, the snow troopers are great. I wish that they had a backpack piece, but I guess that they phased that out for whatever reason. When we lift this one up, we've got one of the First Order officer heads, at least that's where I know it from previously. And then for our final Stormtrooper, we have one of these, this is a First Order guy too, a Resistance guy, so this head's come in a lot of different places. That said, while we're kind of looking at the smaller things here, we do have this very nice turret. I think it's interesting that the feet of the turret are actually blasters in their own right, kind of interesting. They used a BB-9E head for this, just a black piece there with no BB printing, of course. And I think that this is just a really cool build that uses a lot of smaller parts to build something, still relatively small, but it really worked out well. Here we've got the speeder bike, which is very cool. We'll see that this actually has some added functionality into the AT-AT. You can actually store it inside the AT-AT, but I really like these little feet down here. Of course, a LEGO person's feet could never reach that far down, but it's just a cool detail. Kind of looks like an old Kenner toy or something. The one thing I hate, though, is these front pieces are so flimsy. They are so flimsy. It's probably the worst part of this entire set, so I'd feel remiss not to bring it up here. But in any case, that's our minifig and accessories section of the video. Some really, really good stuff here, and let's move on to taking a look at the actual set. Alright, so I'm going to give you guys a quick overview just of the body and everything here. It's going to be a little bit tricky to talk about this, and we're going to have to move around quite a bit because there are so many different sides and angles to take a look at. But giving you an overall impression of the set, the build is absolutely amazing. I'm actually shocked at how sturdy it is, and I've never had a LEGO AT-AT in my collection before, so to finally have one, I'm really, really happy with this, and it definitely does not disappoint. So let's start taking a closer look at the build itself. So needless to say, the main portion of this set, of course, is the hull and the head and the whole big body up here. So if you take this, you can actually lift this entire side panel up and reveal that there are some seats inside. We'll take a closer look at those in just a minute, but everything else that opens up, this front panel opens up, as does this back panel, and we will take closer looks at all of that. And of course, the head moves as well. So this is just a quick overview for everything here, but let's adjust the camera and get closer inside. Alright, so on the inside, you can see that actually both panels open upward. I guess it's a little hard to do from without being able to see it there, but you can see that both sides open, and it gives you 5 seats. The idea being you can store your troopers in here and have them all ready to go for your attack on Hoth or on Endor, you know, because these do appear in Episode 6 as well. So you can do that, and when you slide it around, let me pick it up and move it, there's also a little hinge right here. Now, maybe I missed in the instructions what this hinge is for, but, you know, obviously something can go there. I'm just not 100% sure what it is. So you see that the panels just close right back down, and if you push them, they go right into place. And then when we flip around to the back side here, we can open this up and pull this down, and you can see that there are these grooves right there. And the idea with those is you can actually take the speeder bike that we looked at and slide it right into there for easy storage and transport. So then when we flip this back around again and we lift up the panel, you can see that it fits in there neatly. It doesn't get in your minifig's way or anything like that. So it really is incredible. Now when we come around to the front side here, let's bring the camera up just a hair. When we come around to the front side, we can open this up and you can see that there's a little Technic spindle right there. So we can move that with your finger forward or backward. And what that does, I'll show you in just 1 second. Alright, so we were just looking at that little spindle, and what it does is when you push it forward, it actually lowers Luke down, and when you push it backward or roll it toward the head, it actually brings him up so he can throw the thermal detonator up into the inside of the AT-AT. If that isn't cool, I don't know what is. It's a really cool feature on this, and I absolutely love it. So as far as the legs are concerned, all 4 legs are built pretty much exactly the same. You build all 4 at the same time. And we've got this knee joint here that moves, so of course you can pick up the pieces and move them like that. Then, of course, they do move up here at the hip joint, but I can't really show you without adjusting the camera. If I adjust the camera, all things are solved. So you could move the joints there, you could move them here, and then let's move the camera back down so you can see the feet. The feet actually move as well, so they actually are more on like a shock system. So if you pick up the legs, the feet kind of naturally hang a little bit, as you can see. See how they just kind of go to whatever way they're going to go? The legs aren't flimsy by any stretch, but you can see that they kind of buckle here as I've just been moving it around. So you want to be super careful. And truth be told, just in me playing around with this set, if you like pick up one leg, the stability starts to get really, really shady. So you want to be very careful how you pose it. I think I'll probably just leave mine straight up and at no angle like you see it here. So for the head portion of the AT-AT, I love what they did at the neck joint here. I love that they used these steering wheel style pieces to kind of give it like a neck bracket. I wish that the head moved up and down. You can see it doesn't do that, but it does move side to side at the neck joint there, and then again right here at this neck joint. So you could turn the head and pivot it at this joint as well as from the body itself. I just wish that it could move up and down. I guess that that's accomplished by these guns here, which we see. Let's get it turned around here. You can see that these guns are on both sides and they both move independently. They only move up and down, though. They don't move in any other direction. You can see that there are some play guns right there, but then there are also these missiles underneath here. I'll have to adjust the camera to show you that. That's the one thing about this set, is because the height is so all over the place, a lot of camera adjustments are needed just to look at the minor details. So with that being said, you can see that there are these missile shooters here, and how that works is if you just press against this back part here, the missile will shoot out. Or I guess you push it in toward the ship. So you push it in toward the head, and then that missile will shoot out. Let's do it again for practice. All right, there we go. So, play features here. The top opens up. And let's move that camera yet again, because that's the theme of today. And then when we move that piece up, you can see that there's actually room to set some minifigs inside. And how convenient, we actually get some AT-AT pilots. So we could set 2 pilots right up front here. It is definitely a tight squeeze, though, guys, so you want to be careful. Just, you know, don't throw your minifigs in there. So there's one AT-AT pilot. About to put the other one in. You'll want to position their arms so their arms aren't like going over each other. So there's the other pilot. And then of course we could put General Veers right behind them. So you just lift that up and slide him in there. And then they all will fit in like so. So they do fit in there. It's really, really amazing. And I think that they really crammed a lot into a small real estate space with the head. I absolutely love that. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this review. Thank you again to Zavvy for sending me this to review, and don't forget to head over to my Instagram and enter this giveaway. It is completely free, completely sponsored by Zavvy, and hey, why not try to win a free one? So be sure to hit like and subscribe on this video. Don't miss out on my other LEGO content. I can't wait to do more with Zavvy, and I'll see you guys on the next video. If you liked what you saw and you liked what you heard, feel free to click that subscribe button for more LEGO content coming in the near future. So, thanks for tuning in to today's video, and until next time, build on.